Here with Jaguars rookie kicker Cam Little on a lighter training camp day. It feels like the coolest training camp practice.
Right.
It's a short one for you, and you have the day off, right?
98 degrees and humid outside. No, it was a good day. Obviously a little shorter than what our normal practice is, but I think after the stadium yesterday and us putting on for the fans, probably wanted to lighten up practice a little bit before going into this next week. So it was a good day for everyone. Everyone got their work in. So it was a good day, nice and cool outside.
The last 2 days have seemed a little bit warm, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. Golly, man, it's not only heat, but you know, being in Arkansas, you deal with the heat, but you don't deal with the humidity that's down here, especially with the tropical storm coming. That humidness picks up a little bit. So yeah, definitely a hot one.
So yesterday you had a pretty good day kicking in camp in the stadium. 57-yard field goal with room to spare.
Yeah, we had a good day yesterday. Ross and Logan were obviously, you know, firing on all cylinders like they always are. So, you know, put in some situations where there's some pressure, and I like those situations because it prepares me for what I'm going to face, you know, against the Chiefs, and even more so Dolphins week 1, looking toward the regular season. So, anytime I can get in those situations where I, you know, get a game-like scenario where we're driving the ball down the field and I don't necessarily know when we're going to kick the ball, it's a good situation to be put in because it gets you ramped up for game-like situations.
What I always want to ask, how did you become a kicker? Did you know at an early age? What do you want to do? You play soccer? How did you kind of get involved in that?
Yeah, so I played soccer ever since I was 5 years old, and obviously played club in high school throughout my career, all the way until I was about 17, and then I guess into my sophomore year, picked up a football and had a buddy invited me out to practice one time, and so I started punting it before I kicked it, and I could spiral the ball, and I couldn't even turn over a punt. I could just spiral it, and they were like, well, we need a punter because one of our D linemen was punting the ball, and so I was like, all right, well, I'll suit up, and so I suited up in pads for a JV game that night and punted in the game, and it was pretty cool. It was, you know, obviously never thrown on pads before, so it was a lot different than soccer, and ended up almost quitting after like 2 games because it's like, yeah, football's not really for me. I don't really want to do it anymore, and my dad was like, well, I think you can kick it pretty well. Like, I think you should continue to, you know, at least give it a try, and so kept with it and grinded all that offseason. I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to go all after. I'm going to go all in on it. And so ended up getting recruited into my sophomore, going into my junior year a little bit, and then committed my junior summer going into senior year to Arkansas on scholarship. And so just put in 3 years there, and now we're here. In Jacksonville, so it's a crazy cool story, but it was a really short one, and sometimes I gotta, you know, remind myself I've only been doing this for like 5-6 years now, and I mean, here we are as a 20-year-old rookie in the NFL about to, you know, play in his first preseason game next weekend.
That is cool. So you can tell it's a small school when a defensive lineman is handling punting chores, right?
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah, we were a bigger school, but you know, football team. We never really had a good kickers coming out of, you know, Southmore, and so the D lineman could actually turn the ball over here and there, which was pretty impressive. He was a really athletic dude, but you know, getting the opportunity even just to punt the ball and then kind of transition into kicking was huge.
Have you had a chance to kind of take it in the NFL? I know you've been here a few months, but kind of like your moment where you're saying, well, I'm on the field with Trevor. I'm on the field with.
Crazy. Yeah, you do have a lot of those moments. I think getting in the stadium yesterday and kind of getting a feel for what pregame warm-up was like and being around those guys was a really cool moment. And I'm reading about it in my Bible a lot. Just having gratitude to even have the opportunity to be here. I think gratitude is something that a lot of times we take for granted. I mean, in the positions we're in. So you know, just being here and having the opportunity to, you know, play for Jacksonville and put on for the city. I'm forever grateful for it, and I don't let an ounce of gratitude, you know, leave my body. Being able to be out here and, you know, be thankful for it.
There was an open competition kicking-wise. They brought in Riley, who hit one of the biggest kicks in Jaguars history here in the playoff game a couple years ago. But open competition and shut pretty quickly in camp. How cool was that to do that? You bid out an NFL veteran for a spot, and they're leaning on you.
You know, obviously it was a really good competition between us. He's obviously a super talented kicker. Just got picked up by Washington, which I kind of figured that was going to happen within the next day that, you know, they ended up announcing the news. So obviously really good competition between us. I've been a really competitive person. I think that's what I kind of stood out to Heath about, was how competitive I was. And so, you know, just took it in day by day, trying to be my best, not necessarily beat someone else's best, but if I'm my best, I feel like I can compete with anyone on the field. And that's just a mindset I feel like any great competitor has, is, okay, if I'm out there doing my best, then I should feel like my best is better than anyone else's best. So kind of just built on that and ended up stacking up days, and, you know, obviously they felt that was the right decision, and so forever grateful for the opportunity to kind of, you know, go out there and do my thing and prove to them why they made the right decision.
Do you get nerves? I know during kicking broadcasts and stuff, people are lining up for game-winning kicks and stuff like that. You're an SEC kicker, so you've been that. Yeah. So how is it nerves when you're staring through the uprights with seconds to go?
I think that's one thing about the SEC that I kind of realized early on. I mean, I played in some big crowds. My freshman year especially, we were 5-0 going into Georgia. They had 97,000 people, 111 decibels when I'm out there going for an attempt. And so, I mean, even LSU playing in front of 110,000 people my freshman year. Being in those scenarios where, I had to either make a game winner or had to tie up a game or had to make a big third quarter kick, kind of prepped me for, what's to come. And I'm not saying the NFL doesn't have those opportunities, because there's going to be a time where I have to, put our team up in the fourth quarter or tie the game up in the fourth quarter, or a kick like, a huge pressure situation comes up. So I think good preparation leads to great success. And so I think a lot of the guys that I've talked to around the league that have had success at a really high level, that have been here for 9 to 10 years, kicking for their teams, have been like, look, good preparation leads to great success. What you do in your team periods, what you do in that 2-minute period is ultimately what's going to lead to success on the field, because you're going to be like, okay, I've been here before. I've done this kick in practice. I have my teammates' respect. I have my teammates' confidence, and that all those little things build up to that one scenario where it's like, okay, I got to put it through those yellow things.
What have you learned being in Jacksonville? Favorite place to eat? Favorite place to do? What's kind of your go-to here?
Okay, favorite place to eat so far. Shout out Logan for this one, because he kind of put me on Hawkers. Asian street food, so good. I ordered about 20 different things. Let me just keep it coming. I can eat a lot regardless of my size. I may not be the biggest person, but I can eat a lot. So Hawkers is my favorite food spot. I like to go out to the beach a lot, obviously. Atlantic Beach, Ponte Vedra is a cool little area as well. Got good golf courses around here. So I'm trying to get out on TPC Sawgrass when I can, when the opportunity's right. But a lot of good things to like about Jacksonville. And I think one thing that kind of transferred from Fayetteville to Jacksonville for me was how close the community is with football, man. This city loves the football team, and they're forever grateful that we have a football team here, and they make sure and show out. And fan support is something I had a lot of a lot of stuff with Fayetteville, and their fans were so close and so supportive of the football team. It transferred right over from Jacksonville, and it's so cool to see that.